The Beggar's King by Oliver Potzsch. He's a German author. I'm sorry if I totally butchered that last name for my fellow German audience. I'm half German, I'm half British, so I do know some German, and you'll be able to see whether or not I can actually speak it at all later on in this book review. So, in the mid to late 17th century in Europe, Germany was recovering from war. Brutal, debilitating war. Licking its wounds as the threat of the immortal Turks, the Turkish Empire, the Ottoman Empire, was looming on everyone's mind even after the war finally ended in a peace treaty. The main characters in this book are Simon, Jacob, and Magdalena, or Magdalena if you want to be politically correct. But hey, each of these characters are tested on their loyalty, forgiveness, and trust in each other when they are presented with obstacles that will sway them from good to evil, from the light to the dark. The Great War, not to be confused with World War I, the Great War, the only war, the horrible war, but it's the 30 Years' War. Not many people know about the 30 Years' War. Most of us know about the 10 Years' War, the 7 Years' War, the 100 Years' War, so on and so forth. But this took place between the Protestants and the Catholic Church. From May 23rd, 1618 to May 15th, 1648, where multiple countries were involved. It was not just some small-scale war. It was as big as, well, you can put into comparison the Crusades. All three of the Crusades. It looked like that in Europe at that time. The allies of the Catholics, those loyal to the Catholic Church and the Pope, were the Holy Roman Empire, which was modern-day Germany, the Catholic League, primarily the Pope and his forces, Austria, Bohemia after 1620, because before 1620 they were part of the Protestants, the Spanish Empire, Hungary, Kingdom of Croatia, Denmark from 1643 to 1645, so they joined them at the late of the war because, spoiler alert, the Protestants are losing very badly. And Poland, kind of a random one to throw in there. Their adversaries, the Protestants, as I've lamented to, included Sweden, France, Denmark, Bohemia, United Provinces, Saxony, the Palatinate, Brandenburg, Prussia, Brunswick, Lutzburg, England, Scotland, Transylvania, Romania, and the Hungarian anti-Habsburg rebels. Habsburg was the king of Germany at that time. Ottoman Empire, the Turks, and the Russian Tsardom, or Russia. After the wars, many questions were left unanswered, as new ones began to form. As the brutalities of the war subsided and years of plague and famine ravished all of Germany, every single part of Germany was ravaged by plague and hunger, starvation, veterans from the war, wounded, whores, prostitutes that were following the bands of the soldiers were now left in horror and just out in the cold. People are starting to consider the war, and was it even worth all that loss of life? A mixture of historical facts and places that are still standing today, and the end of the book even offers you even a chance to go to those places. You can go to the places that are meant in the book. To me, that is freaking awesome. Sorry, I had to fanboy on that part, because that to me is great. I love it when a book says or shows you that not only are these places like still around, still standing, but you can actually go visit them, and that's cool. Calming down now. Okay. Allow the reader to see old world Germany. It transports the reader literally back in time. It transports you as a person in the late 17th century, which is cool. Alright. Our trio are faced with obstacles and trials that were very present in the 17th century. Flashbacks and visions of the past routinely add more depth and information into the characters' lives. And even as you'll come to see, affect key events that transpire in the story. Kusel's flashback to the war offers grisly details of 30 Years' War, though there are very old nursery rhymes that are also found throughout the book, as this one on page 41. Mech verflieg, dein Wetter ist im Krieg, dein Mutter. Translation: May bug fly, your father's gonna die, your mother. The most shocking part of this book is the author, Oliver Punsk, is a direct descendant of Jacob Kusel. When I researched more about Jacob Kusel, he was the infamous Schongau executioner. Infamous, meaning he killed everybody. If Schongau, the village of Schongau, didn't like you, your ass was being executed by Jacob Kusel. Though you would be tortured for days on end, either saying yes, I committed to the crime, or staying innocent. Ultimately, you're still gonna die, but it's scary, but it's fascinating to know that somebody is a direct descendant of him. The Kusel clan, there's a clan, and it's so freaking big, and it's still around today. No, there are no more Kusel executioners, not at least that I know of. There may be some Kusels in Black Forest, Germany. I'm kidding. Okay, so yeah, that was my horrible joke, but I digress. The Kusel clan has long ties to the profession of executioner, or the hangman. Every page turn draws you more and more and more into the story until you cannot put this book down. You cannot put this book down. It is like a drug. It's like taking crack cocaine. You're not able to stop. It's not, it's not like you can say, let's see, what would be a proper analogy? It's not like smoking a blunt to where, you can say, I've smoked enough blunts for one day, I'll give it a rest. Oh no, once you start reading this book, you are not resting. You are not sleeping. Heck, you probably won't even eat until you finish this book. That's how awesome it is, and that's how freaking excited I am. I am shaking with enthusiasm, and just, this book is great. I really like books when they make me do this. When books make me do this, that means they're really good. If a book doesn't make me babble like this, it got issues. Alright. So, every new chapter adds more questions as you're reading more to find out what happened and what is evidently going to impact the main characters. Based on true events, the stories passed down from generation to generation make The Beggar King a book that's easily one of my most highly recommended. Now, I know I forgot to review Skim, or give Skim, what I meant to say was, I forgot to give Skim an actual rating. So if I would give Skim a rating, I would give it a 6 out of 10. So it's an above average book on my ranking system. I'm just personally not a big fan of graphic novels. I'm not. With that being said, you should still read it, just it's not really my cup of tea. I'm more of a historical fiction type of person. I like novels. I like things that, are like 500 pages or more. I like that. It keeps me busy. It keeps me interested. And the more historical references or sci-fi or mystery novels, or you can even throw in the Fifth Wave book, throw in some stuff from there. Heck, I read it. However, before I go on a rant, The Beggar King receives my very first, and I'm happy to say this, 10 out of 10. Perfection, brilliant, fucking amazing. You gotta buy it. It is great. Oliver Potzsch does a fantastic job. He's a New York Times best-selling author. That doesn't mean shit, but this book is just great. It's great. If you want to read something that will keep you occupied, if you want to read something that just transports you physically and mentally into a time period when people were so desperate, so just destitute. This is your book. It's gripping. It's enticing. It's addicting. To the point where you will lose yourself in the pages. This book is definitely going on my must-read again shelf, and yes, I do have a must-read again shelf in my room. It's piled with books right now. I'm hopefully going to get a much larger bookshelf so I can expand my must-read again bookshelf. When I have the money, I will most certainly buy the next book in the series. I didn't even know this book had an ongoing series. I had no idea. This is books 3, man. I haven't even read the other 2 books, but I don't give a shit. I'm reading the next one, and then I'll go back and read the other ones eventually. So the next book, the 4th book in this series, is titled The Warlock, A Hangman's Daughter's Tale. The Warlock, A Hangman's Daughter Tale, which I will leave a link to in the description below of where you can find that if you want to start from there. And if you would like to read the Beggar's King book for yourself, I have for you directly below. There's a link from Amazon and there's a link from Barnes&Noble. Again, thank you for watching my video, and I would just like to let you all know, after I've done some reflection, I'm no longer going to be saying Dio Vici, everyone. As I promised in a previous video, I don't even remember when I did it because I kind of have a little bit of short-term memory loss. But, you know, it just, me personally, it doesn't define who I am. Oh, I'm not a person that will just say some killer catchphrase and redo it over and over again. I'm not Jeremy Johns, even though I love his videos, I love his little killer catchphrases, but I just don't really like the whole catchphrase thing. That's my opinion. I don't really like saying them in public or, around my friends or anything. But yeah, so that's my review of the Beggar's King book review by Oliver Potzsch. Again, I will leave a link to the description for the Beggar's King and also his new released book, The Warlock, Hangman's Daughter Tale, which picks up from the story from the Beggar's King, which is great because I always love a sequel, and especially if that sequel is just as good as the original, we're in business. Alright, so I will catch you guys on my next book review, rant, whatever I'm doing something. I'm trying to be more, trying to schedule my recordings that I do more often, so I have more of a scheduled recording time. So thank you again for watching and keeping up with my random ramblings. So I will catch you guys next time. Alright, see ya.